Hello, and welcome back to Your Brain Lied, the podcast that explores the sneaky ways our minds can trip us up. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a big one, a grand deception that's woven into the fabric of modern life. We're sold this idea that life should be easy, that we should always feel good, and that discomfort is something to be avoided at all costs. But what if I told you that chasing this constant comfort is actually making us less happy, less resilient, and less fulfilled? What if the key to a truly good life lies in embracing the very things we're taught to run from? Think about it. We're bombarded with messages telling us to treat ourselves, to indulge, to find the quickest and easiest path. Marketing campaigns promise instant gratification. Social media feeds are curated to showcase highlight reels, creating the illusion that everyone else is living a perfectly comfortable, perfectly happy life. We're told that if something doesn't feel good, we should change it, avoid it, or medicate it away. But what's the cost of this constant pursuit of ease? Well, for starters, it makes us incredibly fragile. Imagine a plant that's always kept indoors, perfectly watered, perfectly lit, never exposed to wind or rain. It might look beautiful, but what happens when it's finally planted outside? It's going to struggle. It hasn't developed the resilience to withstand the challenges of the real world. We're the same. When we shield ourselves from all forms of discomfort, we weaken our ability to cope with inevitable difficulties. Life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It throws curveballs, it presents challenges. And if we haven't developed the inner strength to handle those moments, we're going to crumble. The other problem with chasing constant comfort is that it often leads us down a path of instant gratification, which is a dead end when it comes to lasting happiness. Think about that late night scrolling on social media when you can't sleep. It feels good in the moment, a little hit of dopamine, a distraction from whatever's bothering you. But how do you feel afterwards? Probably worse. Empty, maybe a little guilty, definitely more tired. Or consider the person who's constantly buying new things to fill a void. That new gadget, that designer handbag, that fancy car, they provide a temporary thrill, but the feeling fades quickly, and the void remains. We're constantly chasing that fleeting high, thinking it will finally bring us lasting contentment, but it never does. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. The truth is, growth and meaning rarely come from easy paths. They often come from pushing ourselves, from facing our fears, from working through challenges. It's in those moments of discomfort that we learn, that we grow, that we discover what we're truly capable of. Imagine someone who's always avoided public speaking. They might feel a surge of anxiety at the mere thought of standing in front of a crowd. But what if they decided to face that fear, to take a public speaking class, to volunteer to give a presentation at work? It would be uncomfortable, absolutely. They might stumble over their words, they might sweat profusely, they might even feel like they're going to pass out. But on the other side of that discomfort lies growth. They would learn to manage their anxiety, they would improve their communication skills, and they would gain a sense of confidence that spills over into other areas of their life. They would have expanded their comfort zone, not by avoiding discomfort, but by embracing it. So how do we break free from this great deception, this idea that life should always be easy and feel good? How do we build a life that's meaningful instead of just comfortable? It starts with shifting our perspective. We need to stop viewing discomfort as something to be avoided and start seeing it as an opportunity for growth. Think of it like this. Discomfort is like a muscle ache after a workout. It's not pleasant, but it's a sign that you're getting stronger. It means you've pushed yourself beyond your limits and you're adapting. Emotional and mental discomfort works the same way. It's a signal that you're challenging yourself, that you're learning, that you're evolving. Now, I'm not saying we should go out and actively seek out suffering. That's not the point. The point is to stop running from the inevitable discomfort that life throws our way, to stop numbing ourselves with distractions and start facing our challenges head on. This also doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that everything is always okay. It means learning to sit with your discomfort, to acknowledge it, to understand it, without immediately trying to make it go away. It's about developing the capacity to tolerate unpleasant emotions, knowing that they will eventually pass. Think about the process of learning a new skill. It's rarely easy. There will be moments of frustration, moments of doubt, moments where you feel like giving up. But if you push through those uncomfortable moments, if you keep practicing, if you keep learning, you'll eventually master the skill. And the sense of accomplishment you feel will be far greater than anything you could have achieved by taking the easy way out. It's also important to distinguish between healthy discomfort and unhealthy suffering. Healthy discomfort is the kind that leads to growth, the kind that challenges us and expands our horizons. Unhealthy suffering is the kind that's prolonged, that's debilitating, that's damaging to our well-being. For example, pushing yourself to finish a challenging project at work, even when you're feeling tired and stressed, is healthy discomfort. Staying in an abusive relationship, on the other hand, is unhealthy suffering. It's important to listen to your intuition and to know when to draw the line. Sometimes, walking away from a situation is the bravest and most empowering thing you can do. Another key to building a meaningful life is to focus on purpose and values. What's truly important to you? What do you want to contribute to the world? What kind of person do you want to be? When you're clear about your values and your purpose, it becomes easier to tolerate discomfort because you know that you're working towards something bigger than yourself. Imagine a teacher who's passionate about helping children learn. Teaching can be a challenging and demanding profession. There will be days when they feel overwhelmed, when they're dealing with difficult students, when they're working long hours. But because they're driven by their purpose, by their desire to make a difference in the lives of their students, they're able to persevere through those challenges. The discomfort they experience is worth it because they know they're making a positive impact on the world. Building a meaningful life also involves connecting with others. Human beings are social creatures, and we thrive on connection and belonging. When we feel supported and loved, we're better able to cope with discomfort and adversity. Think about the power of community in times of crisis. When a natural disaster strikes, people come together to help each other. They offer food, shelter, and emotional support. They rebuild their communities. They find strength in their shared experience. Connection helps us get through the toughest times. So how do you start incorporating these ideas into your own life? It doesn't have to be a radical transformation. It can start with small, intentional steps. Here are a few things you can try. First, identify one area of your life where you've been avoiding discomfort. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you've been putting off, a skill you've been wanting to learn, or a fear you've been avoiding. Choose one thing and commit to taking action, even if it's just a small step. Second, practice sitting with your emotions. When you feel uncomfortable, instead of immediately reaching for a distraction, take a moment to pause and observe what's happening in your body and your mind. What are you feeling? Where do you feel it? What thoughts are running through your head? Just notice, without judgment. This simple practice can help you develop a greater capacity for emotional resilience. Finally, reflect on your values and your purpose. What's truly important to you? What do you want to contribute to the world? How can you align your actions with your values? Spending time reflecting on these questions can help you find direction and meaning in your life. Remember, the journey towards a meaningful life is not about avoiding discomfort. It's about embracing it as an opportunity for growth, for learning, for connection. It's about choosing purpose over ease, about facing our fears, and about building resilience. It's about living a life that's authentic, that's aligned with our values, and that's full of meaning. It's about knowing that your brain lied when it told you that easy equals good and comfortable equals happy. True fulfillment lies in something deeper, something more meaningful. Thank you for joining me on Your Brain Lied. Until next time, be kind to yourself, challenge your assumptions, and remember that discomfort can be a pathway to a richer, more fulfilling life. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.